Yo, what is up everyone? We are back again today for chapter 434 of Rent a Girlfriend. This chapter was more on the calming side and I am a little disappointed. I never thought I would say that having a little filler chapter, well, it's not even filler, but it just felt like filler, would feel so empty inside, I guess. My initial impressions on this chapter are, what are we doing here? What is going on? This chapter focuses on Kazuya doing his little internship. And I'm not gonna lie, I was completely lost for basically the entire chapter because of this like pseudo romance that's going on in it. But yeah, with that being said, let's just hop straight into the chapter. The title of chapter 434 of Rent a Girlfriend is called The Boyfriend and Growth 4. And we get this cool little cover page of the interns doing their little project or whatever. As I am noticing, Rent a Girlfriend loves these internal monologues with Kazuya. We have been getting a little bit more with Chizuru, but Reiji just loves doing these things with Kazuya's character. And here it's no different. We have Kazuya in his head stressing about this whole internship, it being his first one. The company he's interning for is a major convenience store chain, and right now the stress is just getting to him a little bit. You know, he doesn't know any of these people. He is ultimately looking for a job, so he does feel this sense of urgency to perform his best. And while he's thinking this, some guy comes up to him and introduces himself, saying, "Hey, I'm Shuichi Kaname. We're in the same group. Nice to meet you." I'm not gonna lie, he kind of looks like Kazuki from the Mikadono sisters, but it is what it is, I guess. No knock to him. It's just he has a crazy beauty mark. But yeah, we have Kazuya blushing and introducing himself back. Unfortunately, Kazuya is very socially inept, so he's wondering to himself, oh, is this a good time to handshake or no? Whatever, it's Kazuya, bro. Like, yeah, at some point, you just have to assume the worst, like, and treat it as reality. He doesn't know what he's doing half the time. It's amazing that he's even been put in this situation in the first place with Chizuru and Ruka, but yeah, it is what it is. And after Kazuya's exchange with Kaname, the rest of the group kind of conglomerates and introduces themselves. Ultimately, what this chapter boils down to is that Kazuya, I wouldn't say he's jealous of this Kaname guy, but he is idolizing him in a sense, as he's just very good at breaking the ice, kind of lightening more stressful situations. But essentially what the rest of this chapter boils down to is each group working on this project of trying to improve one of the chain's stores. They're given performance and sales numbers, different locations, personalities of managers, and the ultimate goal here for each of the groups is to try and increase the month-to-month profit margin of their designated store by 10,000 yen. This whole time we can just see that Kazuya is lost. He doesn't really know what he's doing. They have to come up with a name for their group. He's acting like he's being put on the spot while coming up with a group name, even though he hasn't talked a single time. But, okay. But eventually Kaname goes and comes up with the name, what about Coco-chan? The corporation's name is called Kokoro Mart, and their mascot is called Coco-chan. So it's just, you know, a kind of easy pick for a group name, and they don't have to think too much about it. And right after, Kaname goes and says, I'll be the facilitator of the group. What does that mean? I have no clue. I guess he's just kind of like the group leader in a sense. I mean, that's kind of the role that he takes on in this chapter. This gets Kazuya going like crazy, saying like, oh my gosh, this guy is the peak of all male existences. He just assigned his own role. Dude, I just don't know, brother. It's just, what is this series, bro? He's blushing at this dude. He's lusting over this dude, bro. I just don't know, bro. I just don't know. Bro, I understand why I took a 3-month break. I understand now. But yeah, after this, all of the group members go and assign their own roles. Kazuya's freaking out because he doesn't have any role. And then he goes and lies saying, oh, well, I'll be the speaker because I'm good at speaking. No, you are not. We already know this is probably not going to end the best, but Kazuya wanted a role. He wanted to participate. He wants to try his best and get this job because right now he has no job. He's unemployed. And he's trying to take Chizuru out on dates, bro. Mother Farm is going to be a terrible arc. I can almost guarantee it. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait, bro, to be disappointed yet again. But yeah, the eternal glaze from Kazuya to this man Kaname is crazy. I guess it's good that Kazuya can see people in the world that he perceives better than him, so he has something to strive for. You know, he has been doing his little physical training, getting his driver's license. I don't know what all that mommy bait was, but we're here now. We're nearing the end. It looks like hopefully the last thing before we actually progress on with the story. The next few pages are really just covering the logistics of their plan for improving the different stores. And for the most part, this Kaname dude just comes up with everything, right? Kazuya's just kind of sitting in the chair yet again. Kazuya offers his input saying, oh, maybe to get the rest of the budget through, we can offer a discount. You know, Kazuya, he's just like, oh, that was a bad idea. Yada, yada, yada. But Kazuya's idea does go through and get implemented. He doesn't really come up with the rest of the plan. He just says a discount store, and then this Kaname dude goes on a rant about how to actually implement it. But that's essentially the end of their project planning. At the end of the day, Kazuya goes to present their ideas to, I wouldn't say the class, but like, you know, the intern conglomerate cohort or whatever you want to call it. He looks scared because he cannot speak, but he is saying, you know, everything will be okay. All I have to do is present all the materials that we have. And he thinks he can do that at least. We'll see. But, you know, he's saying he has to do it for the group. And he does start off strong, right? He begins his speech, going through it. He looks confident enough. He's talking about every single aspect that they will improve on this store, except one thing, and he forgets like what the last thing would be. And surprise, surprise, what is it? It's the one thing that he decided to add to the group, the discount part of the store, right? He forgot about that part during his speech. He's freaking out, whatever. Kaname goes and stands up and seals the deal, finishes it off, and that's the end of their presentation. We get who I'm assuming is like the manager of this whole internship, saying that Group E, which is Kazuya's group, has reached the right conclusion. You know, the group looks happy. Kazuya looks kind of like a doofus, but at the end of the day, bro, he looks like Ruka, bro. Like the way he's chasing after this Kaname dude. He's thanking him for helping finish his presentation for him. And then we get some like weird flirting stuff with, I don't know if he's, you know, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm just saying, like, what are we doing here? Like, I feel like, you know, Kaname ends their little farewell saying that he really likes Kazuya's voice, and he says that we should meet again in the working world. They do get contact information, and then basically we just get a whole nother glazing session from Kazuya about this Kaname dude, saying that, oh, this world has some incredible people in it. This guy is super talented and he's super humble. He's super considerate, and he takes on difficult tasks and completes them with ease. He's very logical and convincing, even without using difficult words. I bet this dude is popular with girls. If we both got accepted into Kokoro, I guess he'd be my peer. I feel like I'll be seeing him a lot more in my job hunt. From here onwards, I'll be competing with people like him, and sometimes even working together. I've got to do better for Mizuhara's sake too. Wah wah, the wrong word to say there. But yeah, Kazuya is feeling motivated. He's trying to find this job. He's taking everything seriously, and he's saying, oh, I'm gonna do this. He says he swears he's gonna do this. He's gonna become a better person. But yeah, unfortunately, I mean, that's the end of the chapter, but unfortunately, Kazuya never sees Kaname again. And yeah, that's the end of that. I guess this chapter was needed. You know, Kazuya has these boxes that he needs to check off in order for us to progress with the story. You know, Kazuya wanted to work on his fashion, work on his style and whatever, and then get his driver's license, get a little stronger, and then also look for a job. I don't know why this arc was essentially just one chapter long, and then the driving school arc has been going on for who knows how long, but that's the way that it is. That's the way things are. I don't really know what Reiji is thinking at all. All of my predictions have been wrong thus far for where this series is going, but I am glad that we're not spending a lot of time here. It is a little disappointing that we spent more time relatively on the driving school. Like, I wish kind of the times were switched. I think there's more oomph in the story if we had more of like the job aspect, because I feel like there's a lot more we can cover there, because Kazuya does technically have a job prospect of working with his parents and taking over the store, the family store. I believe it's a liquor store, but he doesn't want to do that. There could have been a lot more drama tension there that we're not really getting. Maybe we'll get it later in the story, but you know, we're later in the story right now. I feel like I say that every single time that I cover the series. But yeah, it wasn't a bad chapter. The last chapter was kind of not great. So, you know, coming off that, anything is kind of good. But yeah, that's really about it. Those are all my thoughts and opinions on this chapter. If you guys liked it and want to see more of the series I cover or more of Rent a Girlfriend, definitely like and sub. And if there's any insightful comments that you have on this series or any others, please let me know down in the comment section. But yeah, that's really about it. So I'll see y'all